Robbie, cheers for joining us. The lads have been back in training for a couple of weeks now. Just how's the preparation going for Saturday and the season ahead?
No, it's been good. Obviously it's been tough, it's been hard training sessions, to be fair, and the boys have done really well. It's the first proper pre-season we've had for quite a while, to be honest. Just obviously the way things have worked out, and especially the last season, how long the season went on, with obviously going into the playoffs and then obviously the cup final as well. So I think we only had maybe 2.5, 3 weeks rest last year. So this season we've had 5.5 weeks. So it's been a decent break, which has allowed us to give a decent pre-season to the boys and get some good fitness in. So been happy with the way it's gone. Obviously new boys coming in as well, a few trialists kicking about. So everyone's looking forward to getting started in the games on Saturday.
Magic. You touched on new trialists there. We've obviously lost a few experienced boys in the summer. You've retained the majority of the squad though, and you've added a bit of freshness in the new boys. What do you think they'll bring to the team next season?
It's exactly that, a bit of freshness, hunger as well, desire. Not the boys that before never had hunger and desire. Obviously I was really disappointed to lose the three of them, to be honest. They're all legends for me, all club legends, and Dean Brett, Al Horn and Scott Gray. We wish them all the best. Obviously they've got their own reasons for leaving, or we wanted to keep them. They just felt it was maybe the right time for them to move on, and I totally understand the reasons for it, and we wish them all the best. But the guys coming in, delighted the ones we've managed to get in. Obviously signing Paddy I think was massive after the way he finished the season. So I think he's a brilliant addition. And then you look at the likes of Gus, he's played over 100 games in the league already for Elgin. They wanted to keep him for next season. He stays local now as well, but yeah, he's a winner. He's fit and he's keen, so a good signing for us. Reece obviously played 20 odd games in League One last year. And Dino as well, obviously played against us in the Lowland League. He's always stood out for me in the games we've played against him, and he can score goals. And yeah, he's obviously had a wee injury towards the end of last season where he had a bad break of his arm, but he's getting back to fitness, and hopefully one by the time the competitive games come round he'll be up to a level of fitness where we can show what he's capable of. But yeah, I think he's going to be a really good signing for us.
That's magic. And in terms of the squad in general, are you happy with how the squad looks? Is there any areas you want to strengthen in?
No, we're definitely still looking to bring players in, to be honest, but it's difficult at this time. There's not as many players, and obviously money that's involved in the leagues below as well. It kind of takes away from what teams in our leagues can do. So you look at what East Kilbride and Trinent are doing, and the players that they're bringing, the quality of players they're bringing in. It makes it difficult for teams that are higher up the chain, to be honest. So yeah, we're just sitting tight to making sure it's the right ones we get in as well. What you find at this time of season, there's a lot of guys that are on trial, maybe at Championship or League One clubs, and then all of a sudden they'll drop down to League Twos and belows as well. So you just sit tight, see what happens a wee bit, and then obviously the other market we've got is a loan market, which worked out well for us last season, and the players we got in. Obviously Paddy being one, Aaron and Kieran. So there's that option there that's available to us as well. But again, you don't know exactly who's going to be going out on loan until these other teams finalise their squads as well. So it could be later on, maybe before the August window, before we maybe know that who's going to be available. But yeah, there's plenty of options maybe still available to us, but we're not going to rush into anything to make sure we get the right players in.
That's great. And just finally, fixtures are out tomorrow. We made a brilliant start last season. We had a home game to kick off in front of a packed crowd down at New Dundas Park. How vital is that crowd and the support's going to be this season to have a successful year? Massive.
I've mentioned it so many times now regarding the support we got last season when the going got tough. The supporters got right behind us, and especially those last sort of dozen games where we managed to turn it around. They played a massive part in that. Obviously the last game of the season, the crowd we got was just unbelievable, 2,000 people at a home game. So yeah, I'm not saying we're going to get 2,000 people every week, but half of that every week would be magnificent for us to get that kind of level of crowd every week, and they've got a huge part to play again. Hopefully we can get another home game to start.
Fingers crossed.
We start the season, fingers crossed, for the home game and get us off to a flyer again, and hopefully we can build from there and show the same consistency that we showed towards the end of last season.
That's superb. Johnny, cheers for joining us, mate. Going into your testimonial year at the Rose, how's the legs feeling after a couple of weeks, your 10th pre-season?
Well, they're definitely getting sore, to be fair. It takes you a bit longer to get the legs get back moving and get recovered and things like that, but I suppose pre-season's never easy, and a few tough sessions to start with, but we've got the balls back out more this week leading into the game, so yeah, we're getting a bit better now.
You're all fit and ready to go for Saturday against Pollock?
Yeah, fighting fit. As I said, for a few hard sessions the last couple of weeks. We played a bounce game amongst ourselves on Tuesday, another session tonight with the balls, and looking forward to Saturday.
Magic. We've lost a few experienced players in the sort of close season, but the gaffer's retained a lot of the squad and he's added a few fresh faces in as well. What do you think the boys will bring to the team for next season?
Hopefully, as you say, the freshness, a new energy. The boys moving on have been here for a few years and there'll be a big miss on the park and off the park and the changing room as well. They were good characters and we were lucky to hold the majority of the squad for so long. But that's football, people move on and sometimes you need to be freshen up here or there. So yeah, it's good to get the new boys in. They're good lads and they've shown already in training. Hopefully they'll be good additions to the squad as well.
That's magic. And just finally, as I mentioned, it's a special year for yourself. I'll be message to the supporters. We'll have details of your testimonial events that are coming out soon. In the meantime, just what does it mean to you personally to be able to spend this testimonial year still in the SPFL?
Yeah, obviously first and foremost it's a massive honour to be here for 10 seasons. It means a lot. Being, I think, the most successful captain of the club as well, something I'm really proud of. So yeah, first and foremost it's good to be here again. Obviously makes it a little bit sweeter being in the SPFL, managing to stay up last season. I think we showed towards the end of the season, the last 2 or 3 months, that we were capable of competing in this league, and hopefully we can take that end of season form into this season.
Dean, cheers for joining us. You've had a few weeks to get acquainted with your new teammates. How are you settling in? How's pre-season going?
It's going well. It's hard settling into a new team, a new environment, but all the boys are welcoming and I couldn't ask for a better teammates. Then settled in, and then pre-season's doing Kennedy likes pre-season, all our running, and it's difficult coming back from an injury as well, but it's going well.
And you played with Reese at Shire, so that'll be a familiar face. Help you.
Spoke to him first when I came in. I recognised him straight away, and he's a good guy. How's
the recovery for the injury? Are you all set, all good to go for Saturday?
Everything's fine. Fully recovered. Bones fully healed, so just try to hit back and play as much games as I can.
Magic. A lot of the fans probably seen the clips here on the social media of your goal scoring exploits at the Shire. Just for any fans that have not seen that, what sort of player can they expect? What's your strengths? What traits would you say you have?
Hopefully bring a few more goals to my game. That's one thing the gaffer asked me to come in, is get goals. And hopefully a wee bit of magic as well coming out.
Magic, I'm sure the supporters will be happy to hear that, and if they've not seen that video on the socials, check it out because there's a few belters in there. And just finally, the gaffer was quoted as saying when he signed you that he believes you're more than capable of making the step back up to full-time football. We've seen last season, probably Charlie Riley was a perfect example. Flourished for Albion Rovers in League 2 and he's won himself a move to the Premiership with Dundee. Is that ultimately the aim for yourself?
Yeah, definitely. If I doesn't give you a drive to go back up the league side, I don't know it will, and that's the aim for me, get back up the leagues and back playing full-time football.
Josh, cheers for joining us, mate. Last season, Committee Young Player of the Year, Supporters Player of the Year, Supporters Club Player of the Year. No bad first season. No doubt you had offers elsewhere, but you seem right at home here, so was it a no-brainer to sign on again?
Definitely. For a first year at the club, couldn't have wished for anything better. The fans all season were amazing, families bought in it, and it's probably the first year in a long time that I've enjoyed my football. So yeah, delighted to be back and looking forward to this season.
It's good to hear. What's the hopes for this season coming up? I'm sure more of the same, I suspect, apart from maybe a nervy into the season.
Exactly. So no, it was obviously last season finished really well. The last few games, I think we put in really good performances. So I think just picking up where we left off and try to kick on in the league next year. So definitely looking to look further up the table. But exciting times.
And have you got any more room left on the mantelpiece for any more awards?
Listen, I hope so. Yeah, last season was great, like I said. Just wanting to try and better that next year. So for myself and the team, it'll be good.
Nice one. And just finally, just to quote yourself, I've seen you said during the close season that you had a few rascal haircuts during the pre-season. Have you got any more up your sleeve for the supporters this season? Or?
You never know. It could get bleached again.
Could get bleached.
Bleached it just for going away on holiday, and then I got a dodgy trim over in Thailand, so had to get it off. So just growing it back now, but hopefully get something else pretty soon.
So the supporters might see a Slim Shady lookalike cutting about the pitch.
Never say never. You never know.
Magic.
So, that'll be good.
Perfect. Cheers, Josh.
No
Thanks so
bother.
much, mate.